Okay, let's have a look. Let's get away from this. This all could go horribly wrong because it's all live today, so let's go to the web browser and today's stream, which will go, woo, here we go, that's fantastic. And the reason we're here is if we scroll down, I've put all the links for the necessary free software, it's all free, is down here, and I'll also put a recording of the stream if you've come in halfway through, but this is the start, so we're all good. And obviously, yeah, remember this is all at your own risk, so as I say, it's I'm going to give it a go. It could all go horribly wrong, so let's start. And the first thing you want to do, let's go up here, is download Ninja Ripper, and then also download the importing script, and then also Blender 279. For some reason, I'm presuming the script hasn't been updated for a while, so it doesn't actually work in the latest 2.8x versions of Blender, so download that version of Blender. You'll also need Process Explorer, and if you're going to 3D print, you probably already have this software, but it's here again. That's thanks to Wheelman's Lo-Fi for pointing that one out for us. So that's all the software you need. I won't insult your intelligence by telling you how to download and install everything. I will go through putting the script into Blender because you may not have done that before. So what we'll do is we will launch Elite Dangerous. Wait for that to come up and join us. Now the way I'm going to do this first is how it sort of worked for me the first time, and then I'm going to also try, in fact no, let's put fate in the hands of fate, and I'm going to try doing this in the livery section and see if I can export it with and without mods. I've proved I can import it with the mods, so yeah, let's give that a go and see if that works. I'll just wait for this to load up. Okay, now what I'm going to do is continue, and I'm going to go to solo play. And I've actually skipped a step here, so I do apologise, but it doesn't actually matter. This can be a repeat. Right, we've got it all running. Now I'm going to launch Process Explorer. Let's have a look. I'm just going to find Elite Dangerous. Be down there somewhere. There we go. Elite Dangerous Exe. And if I right click on that, select Properties, and what we're going to need is this command line here. So we select all of that and Try again. Copy. Okay, cancel out of that. Cancel out of that, and I can actually now quit out of the game. Okay, so we're finished with that. I'll just get rid of that for the moment. And next we're going to launch Ninja Ripper. Now I've already got this filled out, but what you're going to do is find your Elite Dangerous Exe. Now in my directory it's in Steam Apps Common Elite Dangerous, and we open that, and then in this argument, that's where we paste what we had before, and this work directory is, I believe, auto-filled. As you can see, it's the same as the exe file. I've left it to intruder inject, and I've also set my output to new user's nick Ninja Ripper, and you can browse to get to where you want to save that on your own machine. So now I'm going to hit run, and we should now relaunch Elite Dangerous. Fingers crossed. One thing I didn't point out was in the settings, the option for grabbing the scene is F10, so just hit F10, but we'll go through that once we're back in the game. So we'll wait for it to launch again. Okay. That's so far so good. And again we'll continue, we'll go into solo play. Wait for the game to launch. If you hit F10 at this time, you'll get a nice model of the Sidewinder that's in the loading screen even. So let's go to Starport Services. I've not tried it this way before. See if this works. Yeah, livery. So let's go into livery. As you can see, I've got my spoilers attached. So let's hit F10 at this stage. Let me just check on, yeah, inside the game. So when I hit F10, you should see everything. Yeah, it's I can see that the rendering's not fizzing at the moment, so it's now capturing everything in that scene, and it does include the hangar around it, which is always fun and games. There you go, quick flick and we're back. So in theory, if I now go into here and go into ship kits, and let's get rid of me spoilers. Let's change those to something else. Let's change those to that. Okay, let's change that to, where are we? Let's change it to that. Let's change our little tiny spoiler on the back. There we go. Finally the bumper, let's change that. Go for a different bumper. There we go. So in theory that's now refitted. So if I hit F10 again, and yep, I can see it's frozen, it's getting all the model details. The other thing it grabs is the interior, so if you're using this for 3D, and I'll show you that later, you need to get rid of the extra polys inside that you're not going to use. Right, that's our two grabs. So in theory we've got it in two different modes. So I'm going to exit out of this and exit, and let's get out of the game before my poor little machine blows up. And there we have it. So in theory now we can exit Ninja Ripper, and if I go to my folders, Ninja Ripper, and today's date 10th, and there's two rips, yeah, one after the other. So we've got, that should be our first one, that should be our second. So, moment of truth. Let's hide that, and let's pull up Blender. And as promised, I will just show you quickly how to, oops, sorry, wrong button, go to user preferences, and in add-ons, install add-on from file, locate where it is and install add-on. Obviously you've got to unzip it, but it's pretty straightforward. But once you've got it in, we cancel out of that. Oh, what I didn't show you, sorry. User preferences, add-ons. Once you've installed it from file, what you'll have to do, and rather than have all, let's go import. You'll see this come up. We have to actually activate it by clicking on it and then saving user settings. So that's what you'll see once you've imported it. I won't go through that because it's a fairly standard, just unzip it from where it was downloaded from GitHub, unzip it and import it, install from file from here, enable, save user settings, and then when you go to file you'll see an import Ninja Ripper there. So let's just get rid of that. Now, one of the things you can do, which I'll show you just for the fun of it, is if we go to, let's have a look, let's go up. That's today, and the first one at 27, so that should be our normal. So if we open that, you'll see it's absolutely full of meshes. In fact, we go along here, I think there's over 400 of them. 500, yeah, 521. What you can do is tell it to import the entire folder and then basically go through and delete the meshes you don't need. If you do that, it is a bit of a mess. I'll show you because we've got plenty of time. So let's tell it to import, and it will take a bit of time just purely because excuse me, the poor little thing is now trying to import over 500 meshes. While it's doing that, let's just see if we can go to where it's importing from. Now, one thing you can do is if you say go by size, textures come up first. If you come down, here we go, some big files here. So they're more likely to be something like the landing pad, maybe even the station interior itself, but one of those is likely to be a large part of the ship. But as I've learned, the ship's actually made up of components, i.e. your mods are separate RIP files. So the way I've ended up doing it is actually making an import folder. So new folder, and I'm going to call that import few. Okay, and then looking at the file sizes, let's find our biggest meshes. Oh, no I don't, sorry, that's my finger getting stuck. Okay, we're back to all the textures, meshes. Okay, so what I tend to do is if we actually select those, you can drop them. Let's just go, because unfortunately at the moment it'll be right at the bottom. It's probably taking a little bit of is there a quicker way of doing this? Yes, there probably is. It's probably easier to jump it to one folder and then another. So let me stop that. Let me just quickly open up another one of those. And if I navigate to where it is, today's first one, import few, what I'm going to do, drop that down and grab those ones again. Oh no, it's a few further up. There we go, grab those few and just drag those to there. Now I'll show you why in a minute. Let's pop into here. Oh, you can see the top of my ship, but if I zoom out you will see, oh, I can't even zoom out far enough, but there's lots of other junk in there. And if we come down, bear with me, you'll see there are tons of meshes. And we'd have to go through them one by one and deselect, and at this stage there is a chance you might delete one that you don't, you actually do need, because you can't actually really see what's going. I mean, even if you put it into wireframe mode, it's still very difficult to see what's what in there. So if we go new and get rid of that, and then go to File, Import, Ninja Ripper, and somewhere down here should have Import Few, where we put those. These are the largest RIP files. So now if we import the entire folder, let's see what happens. Shouldn't take quite as long. It'll still, oh, there we are. There she blows. And we've got a few bits we don't want, but we actually have got, I'll just drag that down again. So now you can see these now. There's a part we don't need, so we can easily delete that. That's definitely part of the ship. That looks like interior. Oh no, that's it's like a bulkhead or something. I don't know whether it's. We don't actually need that if we're only interested in printing the ship off. So, oh crikey, there's quite a lot of detail in there. There we go. Delete. And now I'd say the majority of what we've got there. Now, what are those little ones? There you go, look. There's a head. We definitely don't need that, so we can delete that. And another duplicate head for some reason, and another duplicate head, and another duplicate head. We'll get rid of those. So now we've got the basis of our ship. 70, 108, 300. So what I intend to do now... Hey up, Warlord, how you doing? Sorry, I only just saw that, my bad. I'll put that a bit nearer my my line of vision. That's bad form, I do apologise. Yeah, just going through, I'm recording it, so hopefully it will go up on YouTube. But yeah, just how to get models out of Unreal, out of Elite Dangerous, so they can be 3D printed. So rather than going to the stock ones that are available online, and not all of the ships are available, this way you can actually pull out your modded, pimped up ship and get that 3D printed. So this is as far as we've got. So I'm gonna look around the 70s, I think. Now that's the other thing I noticed. You see, if I turn that off, is that the same as that, or is it slightly something different? Because I've also found, yeah, that's the same. There tends to be more than one instance of the ship for some reason. I'm sure there's a good reason. So I'm going to have that out of view, but I might delete that, and I'm going to look in the 70s and the 100s now to see what is available. So let's go back to here and here. We can get rid of those ones. Let's get rid of those. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't want me to. There we go. I'll just delete those. We don't need those. In fact, yeah, we've imported them. I don't need them. And now I'm going to go back to name and 70. So around about the 70 mark. So if we go from 71, say, to 80, move those across. We're going to do the same again. File, import, Ninja Ripper, and now I've got our 71 to 80. Again, import entire folder. See what we get. Now you can see here, look, that's actually brought up an awful lot of the landing bay. So 71, is that part of the ship? Yes, 71's part of the ship. 72, yeah. 73, no. So 74 can go. 75 can go, that's not part of the ship. 76, what's that when it's at home? Oh yeah, there you go. You have to sometimes zoom right out to see it, because it does, as you saw from that first import, there's an awful lot of stuff there not part of the ship. They're not part of the ship, so we can delete these. I'm right clicking, by the way, to bring these up. 80, that's not. And we know 108 is, and we know that one is probably a copy. So we're getting there. We've got a little bit more. So a bit of a wash and repeat, I'm afraid. So we've got 71, 70, 71, 72, 73, and then it goes off. So let's try pre-70, see if there's anything there. Let's jump back down, get rid of those. So if we go from 69, say, to 60, pull those across, go back to wash and repeat, file, import, Ninja Ripper, import entire folder, see what this brings us. Ah. A whole landing pad. It is wonderful, isn't it? I do love the amount of stuff that's in here. So 69, that's all. I think these are all going to be landing, aren't they? Yeah. 60 is, get rid of that. Yeah. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah. As you can see, it's not a quick process, but we will get there. There's still a few bits missing. I've also found you do sometimes have to do a little bit of modelling yourself. Just checking. Oh, it's alright, it's the camera, I can see. Thought there was something misleading there. So let's get rid of those ones. And we're looking around the 100, so I'm going to just go from 100 to 107. Drag those across. Back in Blender. Wash and repeat. No. Oh, crikey. Right, so 100 no. 101 no. So stop. Delete. Delete. Oh, is that part of the ship? That could be. That is part of the ship, I believe. Let's just... Yay! So we found another bit. That can go. That can go. That's another bit. That's another bit. Oh, those look like my mods. Yay! There you go. And a large piece of ship, so there's still a big chunk missing, so let's try going 109. So we've got the 70s, we tried higher than that, so yeah. While we're at it, I suppose we ought to really save this. And I'm going to call it number 3. To number 4. Okay, so 10. Let's get rid of those ones. We don't need them anymore. And 109. Let's go. It's not going to be all of these, I know, but let's go to 120. Drag those across, back to Blender, import Ninja Ripper, entire folder. Ah, there's the rest of the ship. 109, I bet it's that. Yeah, there you go. And there's the canopy. There's something in. Is that something inside? Oh no, that's something weeny on the floor by the looks of it. And that's all part of the landing area. So let's delete that. Delete that one. Yeah, delete that. Delete that. Delete that. 15, yeah. 14, yeah. 13, yeah. 20, yeah. Right. What have we got? It looks pretty much. I'm going to get rid of that one because I'm pretty sure we don't need that. That is our little baby all inside. So we go solid. So you'll have to bear with me because I don't use Blender all the time. So there we go, quad view. So yeah, this is what I've found is this back area is missing. So we'll go on, I'll tell you how I fixed that. And there's also a hole in the front you can see there through where the hard point should go. But generally, as you can see, we've got pretty much everything we need. Oh, hang on. Oh no, there are some bits missing. Those definitely weren't missing before. Ah yeah, and there's another hole here. So there's still a little bit more to go looking for. In fact, yeah, I can see the holes there, and also the canopy, I believe. Yeah, there's a glass missing, which also helps if you're doing a 3D model print. So let's save this. It's a lot closer than we were. Right, so 70 to 73, 104. Okay, let's try a few different ones. Let's get rid of these. Okay. Have a look at some of these file sizes now. So 308 again, 307. I think they're a reiteration of, but let's prove it, because we did delete that one. 307. Oops. No, bear with me. There we go. Let's grab a few more. And some big meshes here. So we'll grab those, bring those across. Sneaky feeling none of these are going to be, but I'll give it a go. So there's a nice little lump, so I haven't got too many to import. Go back to Blender, make sure we've saved, wash and repeat, import, Ninja Ripper, make sure entire folder, and go. There's a couple of, I think these are wash and repeat ones, so yeah, we've definitely had those before. So let's just check what that is. That's the head again, so we can get rid of that. Head again. That, not show yet, another head. Another head. Right, that's part of the 308, okay. 307 definitely, 305, these are repeats, 304, that's, ooh, what's that when it's at home? Let's have a look at that in wireframe. Is that part of, that's something inside, isn't it? That's not external, so that can definitely go. Get rid of that. Same again. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. A lot of wash and repeat. I think that's another. Is that another head, or is that just something that's miles out? Oh no, it's a little. Sometimes you find these odd little bits hanging. Ah, right, that looks like a canopy. that's definitely right. Think, oh no, I can see some more out of place. Yeah, some of these are doubled up, but we'll find them. 32, you can go. 36, you can go. Okay, let's have a quick look. I know there are going to be some, but is that any better? We still got a few. Well, we still got a couple of holes for some reason. So I expect the ones at the back and front here. But yeah, I've still got a couple of little holes somewhere, so what we can do, get rid of the ones, so it's not much, it's just finding them. So we'll select all of these and get rid of them as we've imported these. Let's have a look at some of these. I don't think it's going to be very big. Let's have a look. Let's take all the ones in the 400s. Pop those in there. Jump back to here. Let's quickly save. File. Import. Again. So it's a little bit laborious, but as you can see instantly we haven't filled those holes, so none of those are actually going to be part of our ship, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame. So come down here, 93, that's not one of ours. 97, that's not one of ours. That is 7, 8, 9, 10 is, that's not, and that can go. That's not, that can go. That's not, that can go. What have we got here? So a quick look, see if it shows up in wireframe. Yep, again, it's something inside that's not needed. So we can get rid of that. We'll definitely get rid of that. Definitely get rid of that. And that. And that's part of the model. That's part. That's part. That's part. And that's part. So still missing a little bit. Still missing a little bit. And it'll be all together. So yet again, let's just save. Shut that down, get rid of these ones that we've already, keep doing that. Select them all, delete them. Now, let's give it a go. Let's take all the 3s, move those across. These ones. And I'll just take it into the 200s. There we go. So I'm slowly running out of large texture, mesh files, thank you. So that's where we're going to start next. We've got this little lot to do. So yet again, let's just bring this out so we can see our little baby. So we know we've got some holes. Common sense would say, well, we've tried at either side of these, so it's hiding somewhere. It's hiding somewhere, so let's see if we can find them. Again, import as a group. And again, we can pretty much instantly see that's not filled the holes that we've already got. So we can get rid of these ones. I think 38's, yeah, that's there. Get rid of that. Of course, if you wanted to actually 3D print the hanger, you wouldn't need to get rid of all of these. You just need to get rid of the ship. You know that's all ship. 4 ship, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's not. 36 isn't. 40 isn't. 42 isn't. That we believe is. 268, 260. Ah, there we go. This is stuff I was telling you about that you don't actually need that is there. So again, we can get rid of that. Get rid of the chair. That's part of it. That's definitely part. Okay. Right, so we might have duplicated up on some of these. Yeah, see, I think 109 and 308 are basically the same. So again, we will go through and get rid of the extra polys we don't need, but we are still missing these little ones here. Hey up, Crispy! Sorry mate, I keep trying to have the chat in view, and yeah, I've not had it in view. I'm getting very bad, very bad. But yeah, just going through how to get the meshes of your ship into Blender from the game. So if you missed the beginning, I'm going to pop it up on YouTube as well, and I've got links for all the programs online. So let's just save this again. Always a good idea to save. I'm going to get rid of these ones. And go back to these, and yeah, I think we're going to end up with a lot of duplicates, but I always find this is the easier way to go through it. So let's bring it down to the just doing a lump at a time. As somebody may know a better way, but at the moment this is the way I've done it, and it usually gets the trick done. Please tell me that's filled those holes. Maybe not. No, maybe not. Right, let's have a look. See, 39, that's something external, that can go. And this is right clicking, by the way, to bring up the, so again, I'm terrible at not saying what I'm doing. Okay, we know those are all the ship. I think 30 is probably, yep, that's a landing bay. 48 landing bay, 55 landing bay, 72 landing bay. That's an internal, I think. Yeah, don't need that. Don't need that. Again, some of these could be hard points that we could move out at a later stage, but I have to say it's just easier to close the holes when you're making a 3D model. Lots of tiny little parts. Okay, that's part of our ship. So's that. So's that. So's that. Da-di-da. 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 That's not. That looks like a low poly head. Another low poly head. Right, so we're still missing those bits there. Which are those bits there? That's supposed to be there, that's part of the spoiler. I know the engines are missing and the back door for some reason, but we will get there. Yeah, Crispy, texturing's sort of like another stream, I think. The textures are there, as you saw. If I just quickly save this, move this down, get rid of those because we've already imported them. Yeah, as you see here, these are all text files and they're .dds. But there are converters available. The only thing is you then need to re-UV it, because I'm not sure these models come out with their UVs intact. But I will do once I've worked out exactly how to do the texturing. But this is more aimed at getting a model out that you can 3D print. It got me sort of interested with Wheelman's Lo-Fi doing his 3D printing, and so I'd already got this model, sent it to him in an STL format, and he's hopefully going to be able to print it out. So UVs, yeah, UVs are my son actually would be able to explain this far better than I do. It's a texturing format. It shows coordinates, U and V coordinates, I think, which are like X and Y coordinates, that basically tells the program where to put the textures on. Because if you look at a texture file, it quite often looks like a complete mess, or sometimes you can make bits out. But I don't know if any of these DDF. We'll do that one later. But yeah, it's quite complicated. It's actually, you know, getting just the meshes out is you know, being tough enough, and then remodeling. Let's grab that lot while we're here. So we're down to quite small meshes, so we're getting through it, but breaking it down into small chunks like this I just find a lot easier than importing every single mesh, because it does get very messy. Right, let's go back to Blender, do the same again. Let's just zoom that one out a bit. File, import Ninja Rip. Probably getting to a few too many to import, but is that looking any likely? Maybe, maybe not. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, 29, that is definitely not. Yeah, absolutely. There are, I mean, there is sort of like a big skeleton of the ship, but yeah, it is interesting that it is made up of quite a few different little bits. I think it's usually about 16 that I've counted in the ship I managed to make of this. And excuse my little dog going ballistic in the background. But yeah, it's quite interesting to see how the game puts things together, what is available when you're looking around. It is quite worrying's probably not the right word, but it's an education to see what how much information, you know, it sort of gives you an appreciation of what your graphics card is doing. Oh, we're getting there. No, it's still got those holes, unfortunately. Still more of that. What have we got there? Let's have a quick look. See in wireframe mode. I think that's something internal, isn't it? Yeah, definitely don't need that. That can go. That can definitely go. That can go. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Definitely don't need that. That's another internal bit. Don't need that. Let's have a look. What's that? Something internal. Definitely don't need that. Again, if you were, you might want the internals if you were going to do some sort of animation where you went into the inside. It is possible. As I say, I've just looking at getting it 3D printed and getting rid of all the extra meshes you don't need. What have we got on that one? Is that something miles away or something tiny? Can't see. Okay, that's an odd one. Sometimes there are what are known as polys that you can't see. That's internal, yeah. Okay, and I think we're back to square one on that one, unfortunately. I don't think we won anything on that one, which is part of the game sometimes. I mean, we could fill these holes ourselves, but as I say, I know the textures are out there, sorry, the meshes are there. So quick save, hideaway, get rid of the ones we've already imported. I'll say there was over 500 meshes in total. And I say there's some of those are double up. So we are getting down to quite small sizes. See how many more we want to take. Just take those. Do that. Let's go back to Blender, wash and repeat. Think again, we might have some doubles there, but definitely don't need that. Definitely don't need that. Yep, 70, 71, 73, 89, no. 104, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's have a look. 160, no. 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 70, no. 81, no. Internal, 85. What have we got there? Oh yeah, more internal stuff. At the moment this is just a static model, but if you you could animate it in Blender or take it to another package to do 3D animation on it. So yeah, it is possible. Again, as I say, I should have looked at rebuilding hard points. Oh, hang on, I didn't check what that was. So yeah, you could make the engine fans actually work. So yeah, something like that could be put into the back. But for the again, because I was looking at 3D printing, it was a case of trying to keep it as simple as possible. But I actually might keep that and see what we can do with that, because that is quite an interesting mesh. Let's see what else we can get rid of. I think they say that's the biggest part of the ship, and then there's those bits. They can definitely go. That can definitely go. 481, what are you? You're on, oh, another head. Heads galore. And another head. Oh no, I think that's hair, isn't it? Yeah, we've got hair now. Right. Yeah, I think I might move that fan somewhere, you know. Just move it to the back or something. Ah, now that's interesting, because I wonder if they're flipped. I wonder if their normals are flipped, because that's where our holes are. Because sometimes things come in the wrong way round. That could be something as simple as that. But yeah, that's all definitely parts of my ship there. Yeah. Yeah. Lovely. And that, yeah, I might oh, is that something I need or something like that? Something I don't need. Yeah, might be worth looking at duplicating that fan and putting it on the back where the engine should be. Might be a bit of fun just to add a bit of detail. I think that's the hard points there. Let's go back to solid. We are getting a tad off topic here, aren't we? Oh dear, trying to find these little holes that might not be holes now. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's a way of flipping those normals. Oh no, that's detail surrounding it. So yeah, as you can see, there's even some of the detail is just added on to the main mesh. That's quite interesting, that. I wonder where our little... Oh no, didn't want to do that. History, undo, it was the little fan we were in. Oh, there it is. All on its on its lonesome, poor little thing. Right, let's see if we can get rid of these holes. So, one more time, file, save, let's get rid of those. So we actually, that was 30, yeah, we've done those, so let's get rid of those. If I can. Just check if there are any, I think that's all textures. Okay, so last few meshes maybe, we're only halfway through. Let's bring in those. And again, wash and repeat. Still no luck. Oh, rat bags, that's so annoying. That is so annoying. So near but yet so far. That's part 44. No. 51. Ooh, what have we got on 51? No, that's more stuff external. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point, actually. Yeah, Crispy. It's a shame I haven't got my lad here. He now lives and works in Sweden, but he's an environment artist, so he'd be the perfect person to say, yeah, about level of details. I mean, again, I would have thought they would have had different models depending on how far away you are. Certainly that's something we do in visual effects. Is that part of it? Let me just check. No. So yeah, that would sort of make sense to me. As you can see, there is an amazing amount of stuff in here. If you try just importing the whole lot to begin with, it's meltdown time. You just end up with so many meshes, you don't know whether you're coming or going. At least this way it's still as laborious, but it sort of breaks it down into less laborious lumps. Right, I think we're getting there, aren't we? That's there's still another lot. Ah, yeah, there's still another lot there that I'm not seeing. Where was it? Some of the holes. That's it, that one can go. I think we're pretty close. Our little engine. Yeah, we're definitely close. Let's save. Go back to solid, if you'll let me. I think the trackpad's wearing out. Poor little thing. Right, they still look like there's holes there to me. Yeah. That last little bit. Funnily enough, last time it was this little hole here that took me ages to find, but it's these ones this time. Got the canopy now. Yeah, found the canopy. So it is literally, I know I've got to fill in these big holes because I'm presuming they're just made up with a light source in game. Because I've never found the engine parts, and I say the hole where the hard points go, that's quite quick and easy to fix. So we are very close. Let's save again, hide again, delete again. And let's take a little lump here. I guess we're down to about 25 kilobytes, so none of these should be, should hopefully be the sort of detailing we're looking for. You can never second guess, it's always bizarre. There we go. No. Yet again, failing. 81, no. 83, no. 85, no. 90, definitely not. 91, is that? I think that's, no. Let's go wireframe. Yeah, that can definitely go. 99 can go. That's all. 4, 5, 6, 7. 22. 24. A big box. Piping. Cargo. Piping. More piping. All ship bits. More piping. Internal. Oh, that's our little friend, isn't it? That's another one. Yeah, I'm wondering whether these are. Yeah, that's got. Yeah, I'm sure we could do something with those, but I think that's another tutorial. Oh, we are so close. So near, but yet so far. Oh, that's something over there. That's the rings, they can go. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not many. 7, 8. Yeah, that's all ship detail. So's that. So's that. Right, what have I missed? I've missed something, haven't I? So that little lump over there. Nice one, Crispy. Yeah. Ah, that's what that one is. 40 can go. Okay. Suppose we grab the other little spinner and drop him roughly where the other one is. Definitely do something with that. Yeah, mustn't give up, mustn't give up. Save. Up to solid. And again, there's probably a quicker way of doing the modelling part when I get to it, but not being much good in Blender, I'm really just doing it to show people how to get a simple end result. There we go. Still no banana. Unbelievable. Still no banana. Hey, no problem, Crispy. Thanks, mate. I'll, as I say, I'll dump this up on YouTube once it's done, just so it's there for prosperity, and people can, you know, mark up the interesting bits time-wise. But yeah, cheers. Thanks for stopping by, mate. It's much appreciated. It really is. Right, where are we now? Let's go back to the beginning. 59, yeah, that can go. 25 at a guess. Let's have a look. What are you? What are you, Mr. 25? Oh, another bit internal, probably a seat. Surprised I haven't bored everyone to sleep by now. It's always a longer process than you think. Well, that's quite a nice big fat turbofan, isn't it? But yeah, I'm sure there is a lot more we could do with this. But at the moment, it really is a case of just trying to get it so it's ready to 3D print. Lots of funny little bits and bobs. $70, that's still, yeah. 26, oh, that's part. 62, no. 64, no. 26, yeah. 73, is it or isn't it? I would say that is. Yeah, that's definitely detailing. 61, that's probably hair again in the 400s. That's internal detailing again. I think the 400s are definitely internal detailing. That's, no, there you see, that's me. Yeah, we've got definitely multiple meshes of those. So yeah, that's something else I noticed, that you do get duplicate meshes for some reason. Well, we're not far off. Just those last little holes. Funny little fan blades. Save. Hide that down. Get rid of these. Right, still quite a lot to go. Let's try some random thinking. Let's try some random thinking. Dismiss. It's around those areas. See, I knew. Oh, it's so annoying, isn't it? So near, but yet so far. I wanted to share how this was done from the point of view. I'm just going to hide those because they do confuse me. So nobody gets the idea that it's a quick instant fix. If they ask a friend to do it, it's sort of like, no, it's going to take them quite a bit of time to sort it out. So and if you want to do it yourself, you know, it's like, yeah, crack on. So let's grab a few of these again, just going by size down to some textures, so they should all be meshes. Probably overcooking it, but let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Nothing ventured. As I say, definitely don't want to import them all at the beginning. As there is just too much there. Let's have a quick look. No. Oh, still no banana. Still no banana. That's something that shouldn't be there. That looks like, yeah. At least it's reasonably quick to delete what needs deleting. That's not part of the ship, is it? No. See, in fact, yeah, there's the glass for the docking area. No, those are all ours. And that definitely can go. So can that. So can another big mighty van. That's for the ship. That's internal to the ship. Another internal bit. Yeah, you start getting cockpit pieces. Try saying that's when you've had a few drinks. Yeah, quite a few. All internal pieces. Don't need for 3D printing. All cockpit details now. Again, if you were doing an animation, you might want to keep these, but as I say, for our purposes, it is all superfluous. So we want a smaller mesh as possible or a smoother mesh. Yeah, just fewer polygons anyway. I believe. I always stand to be corrected. Loads of internal stuff. Getting to the nitty gritty. I get into muscle memory and start deleting stuff I actually need because I'm not looking what I'm doing. Yeah, it's more internal. More internal. It is amazing how much this is. 1.8. Where was that? 1.8, 1.8, 189. That is part of it, yeah. So I would have thought 190, but I know we've been down that route. See, it doesn't always make as much sense as it should. No. 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 Yes. Yes. That's internal. That's internal. That looks you see, that's still got a hole in it. It's definitely. Ooh, so near. Get rid. No, don't want to get rid of that. Definitely want to get rid of that. A little bit more. Crikey. Yeah, definitely more internal stuff. More internal. Ah, that's ours. That's ours. That's ours. That's ours. Lovely. That can go. Okay. How much more stuff have we got that's superfluous? That's not. That's not. That is. No. close are we now? How close are we? I still think that's a hole. That's 26. Okay, let's save. 326. 326. Let's have a look. Let's have a look for 326. Oh yeah, 327, let's try some of these just out of curiosity. See if any of those marry up. Sometimes you just got to go with blind luck. No. No. Okay, we know that's right. 328 is internal. 27 internal. 26 is right. 25 is internal. 24 is internal. So yeah, it was a nice idea. And that's not even attached. 20. Okay. We're slowly running out of ones to import, so that's the good part. Delete those. Right, I suppose we could try. I'm pretty sure the early ones. Oh, let's do it. They're usually logos. So let's go mesh 1 to 10. Add file. Import. Import all. Mesh 0 is something. Yeah, massive. Humongaroni. That can go. 1, that can go. 2. Oh, that's something tiny in the middle, but that can definitely go. Not needed. 3, big. 4, big. 5, big. 6, yeah, these can all go. 7, it was a nice thought. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so 28 was the first, so let's save again. Oh my goodness. Psychic, thank you. That's very kind of you. Having a raid, blimey. Thank you. We're just in the middle of the very laborious task of importing meshes of our ship from Elite Dangerous, and actually doing it with mods as well. So if you put your modded kits on inside Elite Dangerous, following this tutorial, you can actually get that ship out, and then hopefully the end result will be able to 3D print it. All inspired by Lowman, who's Wheelman. Oh God, Wheelman Lo-Fi. And his 3D printing. So yeah, all fun, but thanks for the raid. That's above and beyond. So yeah, not playing games at the moment, but just showing how laboriously boring it is importing all this stuff. So I'm just going through, doing them a lump at a time, because there are literally over 500 meshes in the one scene. So we're literally just going through, picking, a few at a time. So let's go like a lump at a time, bringing them across into an import folder, and then just using it's all free software. So we're then just importing those meshes, seeing where they marry up, because we've got a little hole, unfortunately. Bear with me. Just here, there, and there, we've got holes that we shouldn't have. and I know they're living around there somewhere, but it's just a case of finding them. So we're just going through and finding the meshes we don't need, and just getting rid of those. And I'm sort of proving to myself that I shouldn't have gone for these low number ones, because they're all just big. I think they're for they project the little opening logo onto these big single-sided meshes. Crikey, I'm getting worse. So yeah, we're just going through very laboriously, and yeah, that's something that was miles away that's massive. I think some of them are like logo pieces. Hey Mel, sorry, I didn't see you were there. Hi Fold, we're just we're trying to export a game model, basically. That's what we're up to.
Yes, yes!
Oh, thank you for the follow.
Back to the stable. Give it a kiss.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you very much. That's lovely. Thank you for the follow. Every follow counts, as they say. So yeah, we're just this is all being recorded, so I will put it up on YouTube. So anyone who's late to the game, it'll explain, you know, the early parts of what we were doing, because it is a little bit involved. It's not massively involved, but it is very laborious, which is why a Twitch stream is perfect for it. So we're literally just going through all these meshes. As you can see, look, there's literally hundreds of the darn things, and just picking out a number at a time, and rather than bring them all in at once, because if you bring them all in at once, it's just a total mesh. It's yeah, mesh, total mess even. Crikey, I can't speak. We've been doing it that long. So yeah, we're just hopefully getting towards the end of and hitting bingo with filling up these holes, but I'm beginning to get that awful lagging feeling that it's we're not going to actually manage to fill these holes in. I'm going to have to do it manually. But as you can see, there is a massive amount of information. There's when you do a capture from the game, you know, we're literally seeing all the meshes that build up the docking bay. It's quite extraordinary. So we're just getting rid of these ones we don't need, highlighting them, making sure I'm not getting rid of stuff that we do need. Yeah, like don't get rid of part of your ship. That's something else. So we're nearly there. We're getting really close to having the ship in some semblance. But you do have to zoom in and out to check. There's stuff all over the place. It's there we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of those. Get rid of that. That's part of the ship. Is that part of the ship? Let's have a look. No, I'm not actually designing. I've stolen it, if you like. I've ripped my ship from inside the game fold. And yeah, Mal, the texturing is going to be a little bit more difficult. I'm going to have a chat with my son. He's actually a lead environment artist. But yeah, it's getting the UVs to match up again. So I was going to do a completely separate set of tutorials on texturing. This was more looking at getting the 3D printing side of it done. So yeah, it's not perfect, and we are going to have to do some work ourselves. But in general, we are, you know, we're getting something that's usable. I managed to get this out last night for Wheelman to have a play with on 3D printing. So yeah, fun and games. So we're not far away, but I've got a horrible feeling we are going to have to manually fill in the holes that I was hoping we were going to get for free. And if I could only select and delete stuff, that would make life so much easier, wouldn't it? So what are we down to? Yeah, we're down to really small file sizes now. What have we got? What have we got? Textures. Yeah, I think I might just go for gold and grab these last few, and this will tell us whether or not we're there. Oh, well, it's very kindfold. It's to be honest, again, it is a case of, you know, looking around online, but trying to get it all into one place for the community within Elite Dangerous was my goal, so that I know people want to be able to 3D print their own ships. You can get some, if you like, what would I say, vanilla models downloadable that other people have done. But the idea with this was, you know, if you've pimped up your ship in game, it would be nice to be able to get that out of the game, get it into a form that you can 3D print, and, you know, yeah, it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun. But yeah, very long-winded, so we're now going to do the naughty thing of importing a shed load at the same time, but not the whole 500 that I showed at the beginning. Yeah, maybe I still don't want to do that, actually. That's quite a lot of meshes. Oh, blow. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? And it looks as though we've filled that. I hope we've filled those holes. That would be so nice if we filled those holes. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. This is the really laborious part now, going through and just getting rid of the ones that don't. That's not. So we're just going to go through 80, 93. Just zoom this one right. You can see, I mean, I can't even zoom out far enough on some of these. It is quite amazing how big. Oh, Crispy, you lucky devil. I bet she would. Yeah, that's a really nice idea. Because, yeah, once it's 3D printed, oh yeah, that's an internal piece, we can get rid of that. Yeah, once it's 3D printed, that is the thing that's missing, isn't it? It's the fact that, yeah, it looks nice, but can I have it painted, please? So, yeah, we've got a lot of internal detail that we don't need. Let's get rid of all this. Lots and lots of internal detail. I would say somebody shout if you see me deleting something I shouldn't, but by the time I've read the chat, it's all going to be too late. And I'm just right clicking to delete these, by the way. I'm selecting with a click and then right clicking to delete, just trying to see what we've got. That's internal, so all of those are internal. It is a bit soul destroying sometimes when you import a lot of stuff that you really didn't need to, but as I say, rather than go through the modelling side, that's all ours. That's all ours. Yeah. 12, that's, no, that can go 20, that's ours, lovely. That's a panel, but we don't need it. That's another panel that we do. I think these are the panels where your decals go. We don't actually need them for 3D printing, so they can go. And it's weird how some of these models are really broken up. You can see these are just tiny pieces to, you know, internal ship detail. We're getting there. I say Twitch stream's the perfect thing, because when we've got plenty of time on a Twitch stream. That's a good idea, Mal. Yeah, Crispy. Christmas is coming. Oh, I do apologise. This is so laborious, but it has to be done. Soon get to some big juicy bits. That's part of the ship. That's part of the ship. That's definitely part of the ship. So's that. That's an internal. That's an internal. That's an internal. Ah, now was that an internal? Yeah. Again, I think there's a whole nother stream in rebuilding parts that are hidden inside the ship, because I'm sure some of these are the hard points, etc. I know there's the seat for the player, there's even the actual avatar as well, so there's lots of stuff here, but as I say, trying to at least get this to a point where we can say, yeah, end of this stream, we've got something that was 3D printable. Yeah, these are all internals, and some big meshes coming up hopefully soon. Some of these can be miles away and you're not actually seeing them. I'm just looking at the ship to see if anything comes up that belongs actually on the surface of the model to add detail where we're missing it. But as I say, it's nice to actually have all the mods there, so you can go into the livery, change your ship, capture it, and then export it in the form that you have played it. Yeah, I think Crispy's got a thing, should have a thing going there. Tie up with Lowman. Lowman can print them. Crispy's missus can paint them. Little cottage industry. Crikey. I know I imported a lot this time just to try and get to the bottom of having all of this. I'm actually getting to the point of needing a comfort break as well. Little boys syndrome. I'm so excited that I want to get this done. Amazing amount of detail. Yeah, I've got all this stuff out in the 500s, which I'm thinking is... Oh, more internal, my goodness. Yeah, so this could actually be hard points, but I say we don't need them for the 3D print, so... Yeah, crikey, I've got to work out how to do that, Crispy. If you can't post, if I can't work out how to do it here, pop it on the Discord. There's a link to my Discord. So I've got a horrible feeling this will go all pear-shaped. Hang on, bear with me. I should be able to on thingy dashboard, shouldn't I? I go to dashboard. No, go away. We just want to do stuff. Oh. Oh, lovely. Dinner time. Smashing. Ah, right. Right, let me just see. Ah, link protection. No, symbol protection. Symbol link. Link is off, so in theory I think you can post a link. I'm going to have to go and have my dinner though, so I'm going to have to pause the stream here. I do apologise, and we'll come back to this in about an hour. So let me see if we can go and let's go and see if we can do a raid. Who's on? Wheelman's on. Let's go to Wheelman. Let's go to Wheelman. You're seeing this all in the flesh. I do apologise. Okay, let's go and let's do it. Off to dinner. Catch you all later. Ready to raid. 4, 3, 2, 1. Dinner time. Raid now.
Mm.